So hail just hit your neighborhood. You're seeing your roof have granulars fall off. You see siding that has holes all over it, maybe even windows that are just severely cracked. A lot of you, before the hail claim even starts, you're gonna make a mistake. It's gonna cost you tons of time and tons of money. So today we're gonna go over 6 mistakes that homeowners make when actually making an insurance claim. And I want you to stick around for number 4 because number 4 is the most important on the entire list. I'd say mistake number 1, and this is the one that I see most common, is that you're calling in the claim way too early. People will literally have hail hit their house, and before they go outside to look at what the damage might be, they're on the phone with their insurance agent or with their insurance and they're making the claim. They haven't got up on the roof. They haven't called a contractor out. They don't know what their deductible is, and even if it makes sense for them to have a claim, but they're blindly trusting their insurance company to send out an adjuster that has their best interest at heart. And the insurance companies, they have a lot of great people in them. So that's not me dogging out the insurance companies whatsoever. It's just, you're really jumping the gun. Emotions are high. I mean, you see your neighbors, they're outside, they're looking at stuff. You see all like the hail on the ground and you think it's the right next step to make, but I need you to slow down, take the emotion out of the decision and start to think logically. Get up on the roof if you feel that you're able to, or at least pop a ladder up there. Take a look at the siding, take a look at the gutters. Call out a trusted contractor that could document that damage on your behalf, and then see at that point if it makes sense to make a claim. And number 2, inversely, is calling in the claim way too late. You guys do get a year for most insurance carriers to actually make your hail claim, but this is more of a psychological aspect that if a hailstorm hits your house in May, the insurance adjusters that are coming out are way more prone and apt to buy because they could visibly see all the destruction that is out there. But if you guys are waiting, for that May storm until February of next year, March of next year, not only are they gonna push back because why didn't you make your claim a little bit earlier, but your roof is actually 8, 9, 10 months older. Plus, if hail is impacting and it's like getting the granulars impacted on the roof, water's gonna come in and scoop those out. That water could sink past your shingle, through your synthetic felt and rot out your plywood. So instead of fixing the problem right when it happened or shortly after, because we waited and talked to a contractor, you have an extra 10 months of damage to your house that could have just fully been avoided because you took your time. Life happens, I get it, but make sure you're not calling in the claim too late and just giving yourself undue headache. Mistake number 3 is going to be no or limited documentation of any personal property damage that you have. So in a previous video, I talked about when my cleaning people flooded my home. I had tons of personal property that was damaged during that, but a Montclair suitcase that the insurance is only trying to give me $50 for, when in fact this is a 4-figure item. What I need you guys to do is, if you have nice items, if they're premium, they're luxury, or just whatever it might be, are these items on the inside of your house waterlogged? Were they not like that before? The grill that you have outside that they're trying to give you $250 for, did you pay $1,500 for it? Do not get hosed by your insurance company because they don't know the exact name, brand, likeness, quality, or price of this item and just taking whatever number that they give you. Because if you can provide them factual evidence that this bag or this couch costs this amount of money, then you have a much higher chance of actually getting paid out for that. So document all your personal property and make sure you're getting paid out accurately based off the retail cost of that item. Mistake number 4. And if you guys skipped forward to see this step, I don't blame you because this is the worst mistake that all of you make when it comes to a hail claim or a storm claim, is that your policy is just absolutely terrible. Like, your policy sucks and you lost before the hail even hit your house. And unfortunately, this is caused by a couple of different things. For one, I kind of blame the insurance company and how insurance is actually marketed to consumers, because it's always talking about how much money that they can save you per month. Money saved per month at the expense of what? That's why we see the policies that we have nowadays that are ACV policies with high percentage deductibles and what have you. is that you come through, your house has been absolutely destroyed, and you may have a $10,000 roof, and for whatever reason, your deductible is like $7,500 or $8,000. And it really kind of turns out that you don't have any insurance at all. The craziest thing that we're seeing in the industry right now, I would say, is some of the exclusions as well. So if they're cosmetic exclusions, marring exclusions, things that they will not pay for any like aluminum trim you have. So fascia not getting paid for, gutters, downspouts. I had an adjuster tell me with some of the cosmetic exclusions that they will only pay for your gutters and downspouts if there's a hole in them. I don't know if you guys have ever seen gutters and downspouts with holes caused by hail, but I certainly haven't. It's one of those like almost like a stupid tax on your policy that no matter what would have happened, you're kind of just screwed. Make sure that you are partnering with an insurance agent that is not price driven. They need to be value driven and consultants so you understand exactly what kind of policy you have. Because I don't know if they're paying Flo at Progressive too much, but I've never heard them talk to you about an actual cash value policy or replacement cost value policy. But now we have people paying $8,000 and $9,000 deductibles on $10,000 claims. So be educated, be aware, and be prepared before the storm. Now, I would say mistake number 5 and mistake number 4 are somewhat hand in hand. It's being a purchaser that you buy based off of price opposed to value. Where this shows up in the policy is that people having bad policies that, hey man, I'm saving $40 and $50 a month, but instead of you having the $1,000 deductible that you used to have, now you have a $9,000 deductible. Was that $50 a month savings, $600 a year worth you having to come up with an extra $8,000 between a $1,000 deductible and a $9,000 deductible? I don't think so. And also, it happens when we're choosing the contractors too. We choose somebody based off of us trying to like get a couple dollars back in our pocket, or to do something like a layover on a roof, which is putting a roof on top of a roof.
Because hey, I could save an extra $2,000, $3,000.
We never want to do those things because roofing is a major construction event. And when I do your roof, I only want to do it one time, and I want to do it the right time. So I'm not going to reuse any of your flashings. I'm not going to roof over any of the bad plywood that you have. I'm not going to put a cheap piece of shit shingle that I wouldn't put on my home on your home. So make sure your contractor is talking about the material they use, the protection plan that they may have for your home. Are they using a catch-all? Do they use something like Luminail? But the only people you see that do those things on the contractor side are those that are trying to provide you abundant value. We may not be the cheapest on price, but we want to make sure that we're taking care of our homeowners and providing them a service, experience, and product that we would want on our own home. And guys, as far as the last mistake, and quite honestly, this is the hardest one to talk about on a real note, is just not having insurance at all. What we saw in St. Louis after the massive tornado event, especially in the city, were some homeowners that were so severely affected by the storm due to circumstances that I don't know about. Everybody lives a very different life. They didn't have insurance on some of those houses. To be in a spot where you need 70, 90, 150, sometimes $200,000 worth of work, if not an entirely new home, and being left with the bill because you did not have insurance. I know that things are expensive, correctly. I know that everybody's trying their absolute best to save money here or to make more money where they can, but make sure that you were just prepared for the unforeseen. I would personally rather you have an ACV policy than have no insurance at all, because these are some of the saddest things that I see happen to people. And it doesn't happen only in the cities or like depressed areas. Sometimes it happens in the luxury and the premium marketplace where people didn't get around to it. They got so busy, or they have rental properties that they thought something would never happen to them and insurance is a scam. Well, insurance is a scam until you have $50,000 worth of work that needs to be done on your home and you don't have any insurance. So instead of paying the $1,000 deductible or paying the $4,000 deductible, you're left with a home that is severely damaged that needs to be taken care of. And the longer you let that sit, the more damage happens to that house, which then even higher drives up the number. So I don't want you guys to be in that situation where hail hits and it's a spot that could almost literally like bankrupt you. So make sure you know what insurance that you have in place, even in those times where you're about to switch different companies. Just like if insurance at this company stops yesterday. I want to have a new policy in force as soon as the next day. Take care of that, and then everything will be good for you guys. I know there was a lot, and it's not always fun things to hear about, but I would rather be truthful and real with you guys. That way you could avoid these mistakes that are going to be just a pain in your ass. I want to save you time. I want to make sure you have a great claims experience as best as you can, because it is an emotional time. And the logical decisions we make are going to either make this 10 times better for us or 10 times worse. So once again, guys, my name is Caleb with a K. I'm the owner here at Keys Roofing Company in St. Louis. If you found this video to be valuable, drop a like, drop a comment, and follow us for more content like this. See you next time.